meat is, at like Costco and other places like this. And that is part of the subsidy problem, where this meat is cheap because we're supporting it as taxpayers. And that's why we need to get after that subsidy system and take the dollars away from the subsidies for cheap corn and soy, cheap feed crops, and then take the subsidies away from the industry entirely. The reason it's so cheap is because of the subsidies, and it's part of the problem. And at the same time, again, workers are paid too low, so there's a lot of workers, are brought in from other parts of the world, and they do not have the same sort of rights as other workers in the U.S. Agribusiness is exempt from environmental laws. That's another form of subsidy. Exempt from labor laws, another form of subsidy. They also got enormous marketing muscle from the government. The USDA buys animal products to give to school kids or to export. So it's part of our international policy, right? Where countries and allies around the world are fed U.S. agricultural products, which is another way to support farmers. So it's a big machine that we're up against, and it's tied into the oil industry, it's tied into the pharmaceutical industry, it's tied into the Defense Department, it's tied into all these things. We passed a law in California a while back to prevent downed cows too sick to walk, from being slaughtered for food. And the senator who introduced the bill was the president pro tem of the state Senate, had a lot of power, so we were able to get it passed. But he said working on this bill was one of the hardest things he ever did, because agriculture was more powerful than any other industry. The banking people are behind this stuff. The financial institutions are behind this stuff. So it's a big machine. And so we need to address it culturally and also from a structural, pragmatic, machinery, economic base, and get the billions of dollars away from factory farming. Yeah, it's going to take some time. I mean, they invest so heavily in lobbying in Washington, and they've done it for a long time. They're very entrenched. Like I mentioned, 73% of dairy industry income from the government. So that's what we're up against. Yeah.